The life story of Nick Vujicic is truly a miracle of life. His journey of overcoming difficulties and adversity, living with passion, and proving his own abilities, despite having no arms and no legs, has inspired countless people who are in similar situations or feeling stuck in life, giving them more motivation to strive forward, continue living, and affirm their self-worth. Nick Vujicic is an inspirational speaker from Australia. He was born in 1982 with a rare congenital disorder called tetraamelia syndrome. At birth, he had no limbs, only a torso with one small foot and two toes. His physical difference led to years of mockery and bullying by peers, pushing Nick into depression. He often questioned the meaning of his existence and even thought about ending his life to escape his struggles. Reflecting on that time, he shared, "That was a difficult period I will never forget. But with the support of my family, I began to develop a positive attitude so I could get through that miserable time." Ultimately, Nick chose to keep living because he realized that despite his differences, he had a loving family and parents who cherished him. He turned his physical limitations into a powerful strength, spreading positivity to those around him. Nick accepted his condition, adapted to it, and learned to live as independently as possible. He trained himself to use his foot and a small tool to write, type on a computer, and take care of his daily needs. Remarkably, this extraordinary young man also played sports and socialized with friends. Over time, Nick proved that, despite his physical disability, he was no different from others. He turned himself into a miracle of life. At the age of 17, Nick founded his own nonprofit organization called Life Without Limbs, with the hope of traveling the world to share his life story and empower those who are facing similar difficulties or despair. His motivational speeches have received widespread support and deeply touched the hearts of countless people. Nick Vujicic's first book, Life Without Limits: Inspiration for a Ridiculously Good Life, was published in 2010 and has been translated into over 30 languages. In the book, Nick wrote, "You are beautiful and precious, more than all the diamonds in the world. Yet we should always set goals to become better, more complete people, pushing past and eliminating our limits by dreaming big. On that journey, we always need adjustments, but life is always worth living. I am here to tell you that no matter what situation you are in, as long as you are breathing, you can still make a contribution to this life." To date, Nick has published 8 books and is beloved around the globe. His most recent book, Be the Hands and Feet: Living Out God's Love for All His Children, was released in 2018. In 2010, during a speech in the United States, Nick met Kanae Miyahara, who would later become his wife. Kanae shared that she fell in love with Nick at first sight and was deeply impressed by his cheerful spirit, humor, and many other admirable qualities. For Nick, he said he felt an electric spark run through his body when he stood next to Kanae. They soon realized they were meant for each other. 2 years later, they were married and eventually welcomed 4 lovely children, 2 boys and 2 girls. Nick's life today is filled with laughter and happiness. Their love story is often likened to a beautiful fairy tale in the midst of everyday life. In 2019, Nick proudly spoke about his happy home. "I used to dream of meeting the love of my life and becoming a father. Now, that dream has come true." Nick also shared that his family is his endless source of inspiration and motivation to stay optimistic. "The children are gifts from God. We once wished for 2 boys and 2 girls, and now everything feels complete and full of joy." Watching his children grow day by day and being by the side of his gentle, understanding wife, Nick believes that life has been incredibly sweet and lucky for him. Currently, Nick continues his tireless journey of spreading positive energy and encouraging people to rise above adversity and embrace life. His wife stands firmly behind him, being his greatest support as he pursues his passions and dreams.